high call series.
Hi children, good morning. Some more word problems in exercise 1.6. So now let us solve some word problems in exercise 1.6. So let us see. So one word problem in this exercise. So read that problem, children. So the first problem is you want to distribute sweets for your class on your birthday. There are 36 children in your class. How many sweets will you take rounded to the nearest 10? So children, so read the problem again. So understand the problem. So you want to distribute sweets for your class on your birthday. So there is your birthday and you want to distribute some sweets for your students in your class. And there are 36 children in your class. So the number of students in the class are 36. So how many sweets will you take rounded to the nearest 10? So children, here you have to rounded this number. So then you will get the answer. So if you rounded the given 36 to nearest 10, then you will get the answer. So children, before going to solve this type of word problems, so now we will discuss about what is rounding numbers. So what is rounding the numbers? So rounding the numbers. So what is rounding the numbers? So children, we will use this rounding, the concept of rounding the numbers, we will use in some situations in our daily life. For example, if we don't remember the exact number, so if we don't remember the exact value or exact number, then we will say the number which is nearest to the exact value. So that nearest number which is nearer to the exact number is called rounding or rounded number. So see one example. So if the cost of a TV is like 12,450 rupees. So if the cost of a TV is 12,450 rupees, and if we don't remember the exact cost of that TV, then we will say a number which is nearer to this value. Just like we will say the cost of TV is nearly 12,000. So if we don't remember this exact value, then we will say that the cost of TV is nearly 12,000 rupees. So this nearly number is called approximate number. So approximate number. So this approximate number is called rounding the numbers. So this approximation is called rounding the numbers. So here we don't remember the exact value of the TV, 12,450. Then we can say generally the cost of TV is nearly 12,000 or the cost of TV is approximately 12,000. So this approximation, this nearer value is called rounding the numbers. And this approximation is called rounding the numbers. And this approximate number is not the exact number. This approximate number does not give the exact number, but it gives the number which is nearer to the exact value. So this number is called rounded number. So this approximation is called rounding. So in this way, we can use this concept rounding in some situations in our daily life. So for example, the distance between, Hyderabad and Guntur. Distance between Hyderabad and Guntur is exactly 283 kilometers. And if you don't remember this exact value, then we will say that the distance between Hyderabad and Guntur is nearly 300 kilometers. So that means it is not the exact value, but we have set the approximate number to the given value. So this is the approximate value. So this is the approximate value. So this approximate value of the given number is called rounding the number. And this approximate number is just only the number which is nearer to the exact value. And this approximate number does not give the actual number. So that means this approximation is called rounding numbers. This rounding numbers always gives the number which are nearer to the given value. So this rounding numbers always gives the nearer number to the given number. And these rounding numbers does not give the exact numbers for the given numbers. So this is the concept of rounding numbers. We will use this rounding, the concept in our daily life in some situations. So these rounding numbers will help us to remember the numbers very easily. So if we round the given number, then we can easily handle that number and we can easily remember that number. So it is easy to remember 12,000 than 12,450. And it is easy to remember 300 kilometers than 283 kilometers. That's why we will use this concept of rounding in our daily life in some situations. Now, so we will practice some more problems on how to rounding the given numbers. So there are three types of rounding numbers in this class. So in this chapter, we have three types of rounding numbers. So the first type is rounding to nearest to 10. So rounding to nearest to 10. Rounding to nearest to 10. And the second one is rounding to nearest to 100. Rounding to nearest to 100. And the third one is rounding to nearest to 1000. Rounding to nearest to 1000. So children, so there are three types of rounding numbers in this lesson, in this chapter. First one is rounding to nearest to 10. And the second one is rounding to nearest to 100. And the third one is rounding to nearest to 1000. So how can we round the given number to nearest to 10? So let us take an example. So by using this example, we can round the given number to nearest to 10, to nearest to 100 and to nearest to 1000. So let us take an example. So 24,756. So this is the number they have given. Now we will round this number to the nearest to tens and the nearest to hundreds and the nearest to thousands. So let us see how to round this number to the nearest to tens. So rounding to nearest to 10. So rounding to nearest to 10. So children, so if you want to round the given number to nearest to 10, first identify the digit present in the tens place. So in this number, the digit present in the tens place is 5. So the digit present in the tens place is 5. Next, check the next digit to it. Here the next digit is 6. If the next digit is greater than 5, that means if the next digit is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, that means if the next digit is less than 5, that is if the next digit is one of the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then keep the same tens. So no change in the tens place. So we have to round the given number to the same tens. Or if the next digit is greater than 5 or equal to 5. So if the next digit is greater than 5 or equal to 5, for example 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then write the next tens. So write the next tens. So next tens. So here the digit present in the tens place is 5. So its next digit is 6. So 6 is greater than 5. So that's why round the here. So write the next tens. If the next digit is greater than 5, so write the next tens. So the next number after 5 is 6. So here the digit present is 5, in the tens place is 5. So there are 5 tens. So after 5, the next 10 is 6. So rounded the given number to next tens. So the number will become 24,760 and keep 0 for the remaining digits. So there are 1 digit after tens place and keep 0 in that place. So this is the nearest number which is rounded to nearest tens. So children, so this is the way how to round the given number to nearest tens. And let us see how to round this number to nearest hundreds. So rounding the given number to nearest 100. So rounding to nearest 100. So rounding to nearest 100. Here the digit present in the tens place is, so first identify the digit present in the hundreds place. Here the digit present in the hundreds place is 7. The digit present in the hundreds place is 7. And check the next digit. So the next digit is 5. If the next digit is 5 or greater than 5, so write the next hundreds. So write the next hundreds. That means round the given number to next hundreds. Here the hundreds place is 7 and its next 100 becomes 8 and keep zeros for the remaining digits. So keep zeros for the remaining digits. So here the rounding the number to nearest 100 becomes 24,800. So if you round the given number to hundreds place, we will get 2 zeros at its last. So children, this is the way how to round the given number to nearest 100. So let us see how to round this number to nearest 1000. So rounding to nearest 1000. Rounding to nearest 1000. So children, first identify the digit which is present in the thousands place. So first identify the digit which is present in the thousands place. So here the digit present in the thousands place is 4. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So here the digit present in the thousands place is 4. So next check the next digit. The next digit is 7. So if the next digit is greater than 5, then write the next thousands. Here the digit is 7 and it is greater than 5. So write next thousands. Here the thousands place is 4 and its next thousands becomes 5 and keep zeros for the remaining 3 digits. So 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 digits. Keep 3 zeros for the remaining 3 digits. Then this number becomes 25,000. 25,000. So children, in this way, so we can round the given number to nearest thousands. So if you observe carefully, if a number is rounded to tens, it will contain 1 zero at its last. And if any number is rounded to hundreds, it contains 2 zeros at its last place. If any number is rounded to thousands, it contains 3 zeros at its last. So this is the way how to round the given numbers to nearest tens, hundreds and thousands. So children, let us practice some problems on this rounding of the numbers in the exercise part. So let us go to the exercise 1.6. So there are some word problems in exercise 1.6 in this rounding concept. So we will practice 1 or 2 problems on word problems. So exercise 1.7. So solve the following word problems. So there will be given some word problems on rounding of concept. So let us see one problem on these word problems. So children, let us see the first problem. You want to distribute sweets for your class on your birthday. There are 36 children in your class. how many sweets will you take rounded to the nearest 10? So children, read the problem again. You want to distribute sweets for your class on your birthday. So your birthday, so there is your birthday and you want to distribute sweets for your students in the class. And there are 36 children in your class. So the strength of your class is 36. How many sweets will you take rounded to the nearest 10? So students, so how many sweets will you take to the class to distribute them? So by rounding the given strength to the nearest 10. So here you have to rounded the given strength to the nearest 10. Then you will get that number of sweets. So how many students are there in your class? So how many students are there? So there are 36 students in your class. Therefore number of children in the class. Number of children in the class is equal to 36. So children, there are 36 children in your class and you have to rounded this 36 to nearest 10. So rounding to nearest 10. So rounding to nearest 10. So round this 36 to nearest 10. So what will you get if you round this 36 to nearest 10? So which number you will get? So let us see, already we have explained in the previous one. So how to round the given number to nearest 10? So first identify the digit present in the tens place. Here we want to round the number to the nearest 10. So that's why identify the digit present in the tens place. Here the digit present in the tens place is 3. Then check the next digit to it. The next digit is 6. If the next digit is greater than 5, then we have to round the given number to next tens. That means write the next tens. Here 6 is greater than 5. So write the next tens. Here 3 is present in the tens place. So after 3, we will get to 4. So then the number becomes 40. See, 40. So write the next tens and keep 0 for the remaining digits. There is one digit after tens place. That's why we have to keep 0 for the remaining places. So the number becomes 40. So how many sweets you have to take for distribute? So you have to take 40 sweets. So you have to take 40 sweets to distribute for your children. So you have to take 40 sweets to the class. So children, in this way, so we can answer this any such type of word problems. So in this problem, we have to rounded the given number to nearest 10. Here the given number is 36. That means the total number of children in the class is 36 and we have to round that number to nearest 10. So if you round that this 36 to nearest 10, we will get 40. So that means you have to take 40 sweets to your class to distribute for your students in the class. So this is the way we have to solve this type of word problems. So exercise 1.7. So let us practice some problems on rounding off. So the first problem is round off to the nearest 10. So there are given some numbers and now we have to round off these numbers to nearest tens. So here the first number is 42 and if you round this number to nearest 10, so what will we get? So nearest tens means first identify the digit present in the tens place. So the digit present in the tens place is 4 and check the next digit. The next digit is 2. If the next digit is less than 5, keep the same tens, and if the next digit is greater than 5, so write the next tens. Here 2 is less than 5, so keep the same tens. That means keep the same tens, that is 4, and keep 0 for the remaining digits. So there is one digit after the tens place, so keep 0 in that place. So the answer becomes 40. So first identify the digit present in the tens place, that is 4 is present in the tens place, and next identify the next digit. The next digit is 2. If the next digit is less than 5, then keep the same tens. So next digit is 2 and it is less than 5. So keep tens, same tens, that is 4, and write the zeros for the remaining digits. So there is one digit after tens place. So we have to put 1 0 in the last. So the answer is 40. Next, see the second problem, that is 562. So identify the digit present in the tens place. Here 6 is present in the tens place. And identify the next digit. The next digit is 2 and it is less than 5. Then keep the same tens. That means write the same tens, no change in the tens. So there are 6 tens in the number. So write the same tens. So that is 560 and write zeros for the remaining digits. So there are only one digit after tens place. So write 0 in that place. So the number becomes 560. So if you round the given numbers to nearest tens, you will get 1 0 at the ones place. Next, second problem, round off to the nearest 100. So children, so there are two problems are given. Now we have to round these two numbers to nearest 100. So how can we round the given number to nearest 100? So first identify the digit present in the hundreds place. Here the digit present in the hundreds place is 6. So the digit present in the hundreds place is 6. So check the next digit. The next digit is 3 and 3 is less than 5. So that's why we have to write the same hundreds, that is 600s. So if the next digit is less than 5, write the same hundreds, that is 600s. There is no change in the hundreds place and there are 2 digits after hundreds place. So write 2 zeros after the hundreds place. So the number becomes 8,600. And see the second number, 27,390. So first identify the digit present in the hundreds place. The digit present in the hundreds place is 3. Check the next digit. The next digit is 9. So if the next digit is greater than 5, so here 9 is greater than 5, then write the next hundreds. Here 3 is present in hundreds place. That means 3 hundreds are there. So write the next 100. The next 100 becomes 4. And write zeros for the remaining digits after hundreds place. So here, so 27 should not be changed. And write the next hundreds. So that is 400s. And put 2 zeros after next digits. So there are 2 digits after hundreds place. So write 2 zeros in the last. So that's why if any number is rounded to 100, you will get 2 zeros at its last. If any number is rounded to tens, you will get 1 0 at its last. So now we will do some problems on rounding to nearest to 1000. So rounding to nearest to 1000. So children, so see some problems on rounding off to nearest to 1000. So let us practice some problems. So rounding off to nearest to thousands. So the first one is 3,792 and take another problem, and that is 5,77,645. 645. So children, so I have taken 2 problems in this section. So let us do how to round off the given number to nearest to thousands. Thousands means identify the digit present in the thousands place. So this is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So 3 is present in thousands place. Next, check the next digit. The next digit is 7 and it is greater than 5. If the next digit is greater than 5, then write next to thousands. Here the thousands are 3, the next thousands becomes 4. And keep zeros for the remaining 3 digits after the thousands place. So the answer becomes 4,000. So children, So the next digit is 7 and it is greater than 5. So write next to thousands. So here 3 thousands are there. So the next thousands becomes 4. So write next thousands 4 and put zeros for the remaining digits after thousands place. There are 3 digits after thousands place. That's why we have to keep 3 zeros after 4. That becomes 4,000. So next is the second number, 5,77,645. So now we have to round this number to nearest to thousands. So first identify the digit present in the thousands place. So this is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So 7 is present in thousands place. And check the next digit. The next digit is 6 and it is also greater than 5. So if the next digit is greater than 5, then write next to thousands. So here there are 7 thousands. The next thousands becomes 8 thousands. So write the next thousands. So that means there are 7 thousands. So after 7,000 we will get 8,000. So write 8,000s and keep zeros for the remaining digits present after thousands place. So there are 3 digits after thousands place. So write 3 zeros after thousands place. So the number becomes 50. That means 5,78,000. 5,78,000. So children, this is the way how to round the given numbers to nearest to thousands. So if any number is rounded to 1,000, then the answer contains 3 zeros at its last. So here also 3 zeros at its last. So this is the problems on this rounding of numbers, and there are some more problems in this exercise, and practice the remaining problems in this exercise in the PDF you have given. The next topic in this chapter is Roman numerals. So Roman numerals. Children, so how can we write the numbers? How can we write the numbers? And how can we form different numbers? So we will form different numbers by using the combination of 9 digits. That means 10 digits. So we will write the different numbers, that is 1. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0. So children, these are called digits. So these are called digits. So we have 10 digits total and we will use the combination of these digits and write different numbers. So we will write different numbers by using the combination of digits. So and we can form any number by using these 10 digits. So with the help of 10 digits we can write any number and any large number. So this numbers is called Hindu-Arabic system. So number system we are presently using is called Hindu-Arabic system. So Hindu-Arabic system. So this is called Hindu-Arabic system. And in the Hindu-Arabic system, we have total 10 digits. And by using these 10 digits, we can write any number. That means we can form any number by using the combination of these 10 digits. And this system and these digits and numbers are called Hindu-Arabic system. But children, in ancient times, that means especially Romans, those ancient Romans particularly used 7 symbols to write the numbers. So they have used 7 symbols to write the numbers, and they have used the combination of those 7 symbols, and they have written large numbers up to 999. For example, the Roman numerals are, so Roman numerals. So the 7 symbols are called Roman numerals. So the ancient Romans used 7 symbols to write the numbers. So those symbols are called Roman numerals. Let us see what they are. So the Roman numerals are total 7. So they are I and V, X, L, C, D and M. So children, so these are the 7 symbols which are used by ancient Romans to write the different numbers. They have used the combination of these symbols and they write the numbers. So that's why these are called Roman numerals, since these are used by ancient Romans. So children, but these have a least importance. That's why these Roman numerals are used only in a few situations in our daily life. So can you tell me, where do you observe these Roman numerals in our daily life? So for example, if you take some wall clocks, so in some wall clocks, you will observe these symbols. And if you observe your classrooms, you will observe these symbols for using your standard. That means first standard, second standard, and fourth standard. So for expressing your standard, that means for expressing your class studying. So some classes, some schools will use these symbols. So that's why, so because of these least importance, we will use these Roman numerals in only few situations in our daily life. And so they have least importance. So that's why we does not use these Roman numerals in more situations. So let us see the equivalent symbols for these Roman numerals in Hindu-Arabic system. So what is I means? So what is the value of I in the Hindu-Arabic system? And what is the value of V in Hindu-Arabic system? So let us see the equivalent values in Hindu-Arabic system. So these are Roman numerals, and let us see the equivalent values for these Roman numerals. So whereas in Hindu-Arabic system, so I means 1. So I means 1, V means 5, and X means 10. So L means 50, C means 100, and D means 500, and M means 1000. So children, so these are the symbols in the Roman system. And these are the equivalent numbers for the Roman numerals in Hindu-Arabic system. So this is about Roman numerals and Hindu-Arabic system. So now you have to keep in remember, so for these 7 Roman symbols and their equivalent Hindu-Arabic system. So children, this is about Roman numerals. So the Romans used the combination of these 7 symbols and they write the numbers in Hindu-Arabic system. So especially, very particularly, they have written the numbers up to 39 just by using the 3 symbols. So they have written 39, up to 39 numbers just by using first 3 symbols, that is I, V and X. So by using 3 symbols, they have written up to 39. So this is about Roman numerals. So let us practice some more problems and let us understand what are the rules in Roman numerals while expressing them in Hindu-Arabic system. So what are the rules in Roman system? So what are the rules we have to use while writing Hindu-Arabic system? So there are some rules while converting Roman numerals into Hindu-Arabic system. So the first rule is rule number 1. So what is the rule number 1? So rule number 1 is, so if we repeat any number, so if we repeat any symbol, that means addition. So repeat means addition. So if we repeat any symbol in these Roman numerals, now then we have to make addition. So repeat means addition. For example, I. So here I is repeated 2 times. That means you have to add these 2 values. So I means 1 and another I means 1. Now you have to add 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. In the same way, V. Here the V is repeated 2 times. If any symbol is repeated, that means we have to make addition. So here V is repeated 2 times. So V means 5 and V means 5 and we have to make addition. So 5 plus 5, 10. In the same way, X, X. So here X is repeated 2 times. If X is repeated 3 times, for example, X, X, X. Here X is repeated 3 times. If any symbol is repeated, then it means addition. So X means 10, 10 plus 10 plus 10. So here X is repeated 3 times. Now we have to add 10 3 times. 10 plus 10 plus 10 becomes 30. So children, this is the first rule while converting Roman numerals into Hindu-Arabic system. So if any numeral is repeated, we have to make addition. And children, keep one more point. So this I and X cannot be repeated more than 3 times. So children, so I and X cannot be repeated more than 3 times. That means 4x repeated should not be written like this. That means X should not be repeated 4 times. So only I and X should be repeated 3 times only. So next, rule number 2. So what is rule number 2? So children, if smaller symbol is written on the right side of the bigger value, that means if smaller value is written on the right side of the bigger value, then we have to make addition. For example, here VI. Children, I is the smaller value and V is the bigger value, and the smaller value I is written on the right side of the bigger value. So if the smaller value is written on the right side of the bigger value, then we have to add these 2 symbols. That means V means 5, I means 1, 5 plus 1, 6. So in the same way, CX. Here X is the smaller value and C is the bigger value. Is the smaller value is written on the right side of the bigger value. Then we have to add 2 symbols. So C means 100, X means 10, that means 110. So children, so see another one, XV. So here V is the smaller value and X is the bigger value. Here the smaller value V is written on the right side of the bigger value. Now we have to add these 2 symbols. So that's why X means 10 and V means 5. 10 plus 5, 15. So children, this is the rule number 2. And see another rule, that is rule number 4. So rule number 4. So what is rule number 3? What is rule number 3? So children, if the smaller value is written on the left side of the bigger value, then we have to subtract that smaller value from the bigger value. So if the smaller value is written on the left side of bigger value, so left side of a bigger value, then we have to make subtraction. So let us see an example. For example, IX. So children, here I is the smaller value, X is the bigger value. And I smaller value is written on the left side of bigger value. Now we have to make a subtraction of these smaller value from the bigger value. So we have to subtract smaller value from the bigger value. So bigger value X means 10 and smaller value I means 1. So subtract 1 from 10, we will get 9. So let us see one more example. So VX. So children, X is the bigger value, V is the smaller value. Here the smaller value V is written on the left side of the bigger value. Now we have to make subtraction. That means we have to subtract smaller value V from the bigger value X. So X means 10 and V means 5. So subtract 5 minus from 10, we will get 10 minus 5, 5. So children, in the same way, I, V. So children, here V is the bigger value and I is the smaller value. The smaller value I is written on the left side of the bigger value. That's why we have to subtract I from V. That means V means 5 and I means 1. So subtract 1 from 5, we will get 4. So children, so this is rule number 3. Next, rule number 4. So rule number 4. So what is rule number 4? Children, listen carefully. So if a value is placed in between the values of its greater value. So if a value is placed in between the numbers having its greater value, then we have to subtract it from the value present on the right side. So children, let us see. So here V, I, V. Children, here I is the smaller value and this smaller value is placed in between its bigger values V and V. If a smaller value is placed in between the bigger values, we have to subtract that smaller value from the symbol present on its right side. So that's why, so here V means 5 and we have to subtract this smaller value I from its value present on the right side. Here V is 5 and I means 5. 5 minus 1, 4. That means 5 minus 1. So children, so listen carefully. Here V means 5 and we have to subtract. So this is I from the V. That means V means 5 and 5 minus 1, 4. That is 5 plus 4. So this is an example. So children, so let us see one more example. So for example, X, I, V. So here I is the smaller value and the smaller value is placed in between its bigger values. So X is bigger than I and V is bigger than I. So if a smaller value is placed in between its bigger values, now subtract the smaller value from the bigger value present on its right side. So subtract the smaller value from the bigger value present on its right side. So the left side value should be written as the same. X means 10 plus and V means 5, I means 1. I should be subtracted from V. That means 5 minus 1. So that becomes 10 plus 5 minus 1, 4. So 10 plus 4 becomes 14. So this value becomes 14. So children, so these are the 4 rules we have to keep in mind while converting these Roman numerals into Hindu-Arabic system. So let us practice some problems on conversion of Roman numerals into Hindu-Arabic numerals in exercise part. So let us go to exercise part. Children, exercise 1.8, the first section is write the Roman numerals. So there are 4 problems are given and we have to convert these Hindu-Arabic system into Roman numerals. So these are present in Hindu-Arabic system and now we have to convert these into Roman numerals. So let us see how to convert these into Roman numerals. So children, keep one point in your mind. First convert the number into, that means first split the given number into Hindu-Arabic system like 1, 5, 10, 50, hundreds. So split this number into, so we have Hindu-Arabic system, we have also 7 digits, that is 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500 and 1000. So I means 1 means I, 5 means V, 10 means X, 50 means L, 100 means X, 500 means D, 1000 means M. So that's why before we are going to convert Hindu Arabic system into Roman numerals. We have to split the given number in terms of this Hindu Arabic system. So that means 9 can be converted into 5. So 9 can be converted into 10 minus 1. So 9 can be written as 10 minus 1. So that means you have to convert the given number into these symbols by addition or subtraction. So 9 can be written as 10 minus 1. So 10 means x and 1 means I. So subtraction means the smaller symbol should be written on the left side of greater symbol. So 10 means x and 1 means I. So subtraction means the smaller value should be written on the left side. So I should be written on the left side, I x. So children, see the second one, 28. Now split this number in terms of Hindu Arabic system. So 28 can be written as 10 plus 10 plus, and 8 can be also be split into. That means 8 can also be split into 5 plus and 1 plus 1 plus 1. So children, we have to split the given number into ones, fives, tens, 50s, 100s, 500s. Then only we can write easily the Roman numeral. So here 10 means x and 10 means x, 5 means v and 1 means I. This 1 means I and this 1 represents I. So all these are additions. That's why we have to write these symbols one after the another. That means x, x, v, I. So addition means we have to write on the right side. So subtraction means we have to write the smaller value on the left side. So children, so let us see the third problem. So here the third problem is 33 is E. So 33. So now split this 33 into tens and 5s and 1s. So 33 means the 10 plus 10 plus 10. And 3 means we have to write 1 plus 1 plus 1. So here 10 means x, 10 represents x and 1 represents I. So in this way we can write like this, x, 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 I. So all those are additions. Additions means we have to write the smaller values on the right side. So addition means repetition and write the smaller values on the right side of the bigger one. So in the same way 27. So 27 also be written as first 20 plus 7. And this 20 can be written as 10 plus 10 and 7 can be split into 5 plus 2. That means 5 plus 1 plus 1. So here 10 means x, 10 means x, 5 means v, 1 means I and 1 means I. So children, so this is the way how to convert Hindu Arabic numbers into Roman numbers. So first we have to split the given. So first we have to split the given Hindu Arabic numbers into tens, fives and ones, 50s, 100s like that. So children, see the second section, write the Hindu Arabic numerals for the given Roman numerals. So children, so we have to follow the 4 rules we have already discussed in the previous while converting the Roman numerals into Hindu Arabic system. So here V means 5, I is repeated 2 times. So repetition means addition. So we have to make addition. 5 plus 1 plus 1. That is equal to 7. So in the same way, so that is equal to x means 10 and v means, so v means 5 and I is repeated 3 times. Repetition means addition. 1 plus 1 plus 1. I is repeated 3 times. That's why we have to add the 1 3 times. So total value becomes 18. In the same way, see the third problem. X is repeated 3 times. So repetition means addition. So x means 10. So 10 plus 10 plus 10. And so look at this. So here I is the smaller value and it is written on the left side of the bigger value. And we have to subtract this smaller value from the bigger value. That means we have to subtract 5 minus 1. So that is equal to 10 plus 10 plus 10 becomes 30 plus 5 minus 1 becomes 4 and that is equal to 34. Children, so look at the fourth one. So x is repeated 3 times. Repetition means addition. So x means 10. So repeat 10 3 times and make addition 10 plus 10 plus 10. V means 5. Total becomes 35. So children, this is the way how to convert Roman numerals into Hindu-Arabic system. So while converting Roman numerals into Hindu-Arabic system, we have to follow the rules. So children, so this is the way. So while converting Hindu-Arabic system into Roman numerals, first we have to split the given Hindu-Arabic numbers into ones, fives, tens and 50s, hundreds. Then only we can easily convert them into Roman numerals. So let us see next third section. Okay children, so this is one more exercise in this chapter. So that is how to convert our numbers, that means up to 1 to 39. So conversion of Hindu-Arabic system into Roman numerals. So we can convert the Hindu-Arabic system into Roman numerals. I have written from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 up to 25. And now let us practice how to convert each number into Roman numeral. So let us practice how to convert these every number up to 39 into Roman numerals. So let us see, the first one is 1. So 1 means 1 and it represents I. So children, there is no 2 in the Hindu-Arabic system. Already we have discussed in the Arabic system, the symbols are 1 and 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, 1000. So that's why we have to convert these Hindu-Arabic system numbers into ones, fives, tens, 50s, hundreds. So that's why, so there is no 2 in the Roman numeral. That's why we have to convert this 2 into ones. That is, 2 can be written as 1 plus 1. And it becomes 1 means I and another one means I. So this is the Roman numeral. And 3. So there is no 3. So there is no symbol for 3 in the Roman numeral. That's why we have to split these 3 into ones. That becomes, so 1 can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 means I. So I. So children, in the same way 5, there is a symbol for Roman numeral for 5. So 5 becomes V. And 6, there is no 6. That means there is no symbol for 6 in the Roman numeral. That's why we have to split 6 into ones and fives. So 6 can be written as 5 plus 1. So that becomes 5 means V, 1 means I. So in the same way, 8, there is no symbol for 8 in the Roman numeral. So that's why convert 8 into, so ones and fives. So 8 can be written as 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 5 means V and I means V. 1 means I. Repeat I 3 times. So in the same way, 9. There is no symbol for 9 in the Roman numeral. So that's why convert this 9 into tens and ones. That means 9 can be written as 10 minus 1. That means subtraction. Subtraction means smaller value should be written on the smaller value. Smaller value should be written on the left side of the bigger value. So here the smaller value is 1. That means I. And bigger value is 10. 10 means X. So smaller value should be written on the left side. In the same way 10. So there is a symbol directly in the Roman numeral X. So in the same way, so if we take 13, So 13, there is no symbol for 13 in the Roman numeral. So convert these 13 into 10s and 5s and 1s. So 13 can be converted into 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So here 10 means x and 1 means I, and I is repeated 3 times. I is repeated 3 times. The same way 15. So there is no symbol for 15 in the Roman numeral. So that's why 15 should be split into 10s and 5s. So 15 can be written as 10 plus 5. So 10 means x, 5 means v. So in the same way, children, 17 can be written as 10 plus 7. 10 plus 7 means 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1, because there is no symbol for 7. That's why 7 should also be split into 5s and 1s. Then this becomes, so 10 means x and 5 means v and 1 means I. So that's why write 2 i's. The same way 19, there is no symbol for 19 in the Roman numeral. So split this 19 into, so like this, that is 20 minus 1. And there is no symbol for 20 in the Roman numeral. So that's why 20 can be split into 10s. That means 10 plus 10 minus 1. So here 10 means x and 10 minus means subtraction. So smaller value 1 should be written on the left side of the bigger value 10. So 1 means I. So I should be written on the left side of 10. So in the same value 20. So 20 means there is no symbol for 20. So that's why 20 can be written as 10 plus 10. So addition means repeat 10 2 times. That means x should be written 2 times. So children, so 23. So 23 can be split into 20 plus 3. And this 20 also be split into 10 plus 10. And 3 can be split into 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 10 is repeated 2 times, 1 is repeated 3 times. So 10 is repeated 2 times, so repeat x 2 times and 1 repeated 3 times. So I should be repeated 3 times. In the same way 25. So 25 can be written as 20 plus 5. So 20 means 10 plus 10 plus 5. So 10 is repeated 2 times. So repeat x 2 times, x, 5 means v. So children, so practice in this way up to 39 in your notebook. So make a table in your notebook and write the numbers from 1 to 39 and write the Roman numerals for the numbers 1 to 39 just by using 3 symbols, that is I, v and x. So we can write the Roman numerals, so we can write the Roman numerals for 39 up to 39 just by using the 3 symbols I, v and x. So practice these table in your notebook. So children, there are also some more problems in this exercise 1.8 and practice those problems in the PDF you have given in the lesson. So this is the end of the chapter, and children, there is also worksheet is provided in the PDF, and also practice the problems in the worksheet, then you will get a complete understanding about the total chapter. So practice the worksheet at your home in the PDF given. So this is the end of the chapter. The next chapter will be continued in the next episode.